hard. It's hard to chisel out the time because we're really, really busy right now.
All right, yeah, a little bit of a back of your head side profile on you today.
That's fine.
But that you got a nice back of it. So.
Oh, thanks. My back of the head's not just disappointing anybody. Good to know.
All right. So we should be connected to YouTube.
You know what that just reminded me of? One time when I was out of high school. I lived in California already, but my friend Ben, one of my best friends, he's gonna do sound on Shadow Valley. He was a drummer in a band at the time called Launchpad, and we were at a show somewhere, the Yucatan in Santa Barbara, I think. Pretty badass club. And his bass. He had a second guitar player. He had a guitar player, a bass player, and a second guitar player named Jesse. And basically, Jesse couldn't get his amp to work, or something was wrong with the guitar. It wasn't doing what he wanted it to. I thought maybe he was just nervous to play with the band, but he spent half the show like fiddling with his amp and working on the guitar, and they just played without him. They just kept going. And then like on the last song or so, he came in and played, and I was just like, that was so funny because it was. I remember Keith was on bass, Seth was on guitar, Ben was on drums. This guy Jesse had joined the band as a second guitar. He didn't play anything for the first 7 songs, and then stepped in on the 8th and was like, "Oh, okay."
Poor guy.
And just like, but didn't leave stage. Like, stayed on stage fiddling with everything, and couldn't get to work. And I just watched him go. If you're not going to play,
Right.
there's an etiquette here, but that's what looked
good. He looked like he was sweating, like
he looked so unhappy. And I would have just said, "Hey man, we'll catch you next time." Like, yeah. We don't need you. They didn't need him. They were in a band called Loser Now before Launchpad. It was so freaking awesome. And it was just a three-piece. And then Launchpad was started with a girl singer, and they were pretty awesome. But then this guy Jesse, who is a great dude and probably a really good guitar player, I don't know. I'm sad for that. That was awesome. Anyway, we've been practicing a bunch. My band, which the Vicky is playing on August 19th. The Red Dwarf. Oh, fun. And we're writing all new music, and God, it's been awesome. We've been cramming that into Sunday nights and Wednesday nights. Just practicing.
Good comment for me. Shit Boykins. It's not something that's a welcome to Costco. I love you.
Oh, thanks, Chip.
Love Chip. Well, yeah, that's what it's. I don't even know my sculptures that I noticed. Oh, is that in the show?
Yeah.
I'm trying to get that out right now.
Well, let's cheers these coffees.
That's right. On a happy May 4th.
May the 4th. My wife got me a May the 4th present.
Oh, nice. What'd you get?
She got me a 360 camera so that our daily YouTube videos look better.
That's awesome.
And I agree, though. I'm like,
what were you using for?
I just use my phone. But my phone lives in my dirty ass pocket. I mean, it's shit. It's every time these lights are on, it blows out at a concert.
How good are you about lighting your lens?
No, not. I mean, there's polyphone and ultra cal all over the lens. There's like little dots all over the videos all the time because they're like, I can't get it off.
Right.
The cool thing with the Insta360 is it is completely covered by a warranty that if it's scratched, damaged, or whatever, they'll replace it for 3 years. And I don't know if you've ever seen, this is not the tall, this is Insta360 camera. This is not a 360 camera. Okay. This is it's kind of like a modified GoPro, but it has a screen that pops up so I can see my
cool.
And but it's flat, so I can just put it on the shelf, face the area, and it'll tell me it's wide angle. You can set different angles. And he brought it over and used it for a little bit, and I was like, just in love with how I can hold it. And I was, because the way that screen, it fits like behind your fingers fit behind the screen, so you can really like talk to it better than the phone. And I can set it on any ledge, anywhere, and it's got enough of a. It's not so wide angle fisheye that it looks like you're, shooting a skate video in the '90s, but it is very cool, man.
Chips this to the mask, don't you?
If this is going to be a full animatronic, he will talk and his eyes light up, his arms make moves the ways. He's 7 foot tall. So this was a store-bought animatronic. This is from something from Home Depot or Spirit or something. I found it on Marketplace for the costume. The costume is perfect. It's Nosferatu with all the buttons. And, I mean, the costume is perfect, but this is their Nosferatu head. This was not perfect. This is that's something else. So I removed that. Took the Nosferatu from the museum. No, that doesn't look good. So I removed that off the skull, put my own Tom Devlin's Nosferatu on the skull. We're reprogramming all the voices. I heard all the voices. We're reprogramming the movement so he'll trigger and talk and do our. We're basically using their skeleton and then redoing all the animatronics. But it's a really cool company called Fright Props that I go through all the time, and you can just get like anything to like bring it to me, so I can just. It's the same way I do like my talking zombies and stuff. They have a thing called the Pico Talk, and you can record everything. This has got a Pico MP3, which you can put your MP3 on it. Goes out in stereo sound.
Wow.
And it says that it will trigger no audio. It's all cardboard. We are having technical difficulties on YouTube. That's a theme of our internet. The internet doesn't like us. Okay.
Switching over. Let us know if the audio got better. If not, after the evening.
Let us know.
If we're not talking.
What'd you say?
I said, let us know if the audio got better, and then we just stop talking. Oh, no. Um, you know, actually, a lot of computers that you're acting with. I don't think so. That can monitor the live feed. Well, as I said, for the headphones that we can monitor and your windows off. And it's so fun to do the live stream. I love the live stream. But this is only a problem with live streams because of the internet stuff. Curious if it's changed.
Building's never friendly on it. But I'm the known ghost that lives out that window.
Do you guys have a name for that ghost?
Horse ghost.
Horse ghost.
We scare a lot. Not lately. There's when people and raise those about the horse ghost, so all of a sudden they all see her. And I'm like, oh. I don't have to lie about this, guys. It's real. I don't know. But they're excited.
Anything about the audio?
How's the audio, guys? Can you hear the audio on YouTube? We apologize for our technical difficulties. Also, we're gonna need some more black tape. We gotta stock some stuff up in the shop. Got content coming, got a lot of cool stuff to do.
You can buy some paints and
Yeah. I meant to buy paints before I started painting these guys. I've not left those.
is this just like acrylic paint?
This is, well, it is acrylic, yeah. But this is Create Text, which is an acrylic airbrush paint. And it's good for everything from t-shirts to cars. Got a nice flex to it, though. I like it. So you're just gonna hang out and
bullshit. Fine. What I was thinking I want to do next week. Well, I don't have a lot left to do. I have to fix like a little teeth or whatever. I'm on a life-size version of Vegas Vicious. The orifice there.
yeah, I think you need the camera. I would say some of our zombies we're modeling after.
Yeah, see, I like that.
Chris actually asked if it was going too far to put a picture of Vegas big skull with the hat on the tombstone. Where there's a little skull on the tombstone.
Yeah.
And I said, I don't know, man. And he was like, yeah. And I was like, I don't want to draw. Actually, in the next version, I kind of want to lose that skull and make it more words bigger on the tombstone, like the Return of the Living Dead words more.
Yeah.
But
Turn shadow back.
yeah, I love those figures. They're pretty cool. The new one you haven't seen yet, I can't show you because my phone's over there, is it's just the torso. This is what we're kind of doing for the bust, is it's the torso with an arm reaching around the grave.
Oh, nice.
So it's like, it's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Wally made a new poster. I think I texted you.
Yeah, I like it.
That's supposed to be the exclusive to the indie backers. But I like it too much. I want that to be on Tubi. Like, that's the movie you'll click on. So Wally's going to have to make another exclusive poster. But I like it too much. Do we need to show the exclusive poster while we have the perk stuff?
I mean, I think it would
help.
but I also think we should go away with poster.
He finished that so we could get the perks out.
Yeah.
But I was like, I saw it and I was like, no, that's the real cover. I love that. I don't want to make that I don't know. Maybe I'll have him modify the cover that I had made, and then I don't think we scared that cover all the way.
Also, I mean, if we could use a version of just the graphics from the campaign.
Yeah.
There's like that one kind of consistent one we keep using.
Yeah.
The three heads and the title logo. You could just make that as kind of the.
As long as they think it's cool. Yeah, I think it's cool.
You could have a little background to it. You could do a little extra around it, but I mean.
Wally would say, make this look like a.
Yeah. So the base paint that you're using, that's just the.
Apple barrel acrylic.
Yeah. I'm not saying Wally was. Is there a reason why you guys use apple barrel?
55 cents a bottle. Liquitex, $12.99 a bottle.
That's crazy.
These are about $6 a bottle, but that's a great taste.
Where do you get those at for the apple barrel ones?
The apple barrel?
Yeah.
Any Walmart, Hobby Lobby, Michael's, anywhere.
Okay.
Apple barrel's really easy to get.
It's funny in art supplies how it's like there's. I mean, I guess
you can't get it at an art store. This is craft paint, but it's cheap and it's the exact same thing.
It's like I said, it's weird. It's crazy. You can spend $2 on something.
Yep.
That's equal to something
started effects, we all use Liquitex, which is
Yeah, that's why I have a ton of that.
but this is expensive. And but when I got out of like working at W Creations, I thought I had to use it. Like that's what we use.
Yeah.
Oh, it's flexible. That's why it bonds to latex. Blah blah blah. Well, the word acrylic is what's flexible. So
Right.
I one time, just a very like last moment thing on set somewhere. Went to Walmart and bought what I could, and I was like, this works fine. And we make Pax paint, which is mixing Prozade with acrylic paint, and that's how you paint a foam latex appliance. It's flexible, but it's like mixing paint with glue.
Okay.
Prozade's very expensive. Like that gallon over there is $200, and I thought you had to use Liquitex, but you don't. You use any acrylic paint. And,
So is it really anything different, do you think?
this is thinner. This is definitely watered down compared to that, but
So you just do a little few more coats.
I mean, it covers the same. Actually, it's just much. It's not as thick. But
Well, in my experience, the problem with that is a little too thick. It's a little too thick. And I'll end up just, using it without thinning it out and trying to rush through something or do something in the sun. And like, it's wasting a bunch of fucking paint.
Every painting I do, everything I do, I just do that. That's my go-to. Bottle, get it at any Walmart, any Hobby Lobby, and it's good stuff. Works for me. Might not work for everybody, and somebody might have a reason why they don't do it.
I think it works for you for what you do.
Yep.
It'll work for most.
I would say that.
I think today, there's a screenwriter strikes back here in Vegas.
So one year they did Return of the Jedi over at the South Point on May 4th. I went with my kids out of school.
Oh, that's awesome.
I just saw that pop up on my memory. Out of school. And they're like, what are we doing? I was like, we gotta go. There's important. They're like, let's talk about it. And I was like, yeah, this is some family stuff. We gotta go. And look at this South Point casino. Like, we get to Return of the Jedi, and they're just like, Dad! And I'm like, would you rather be at school or watch lightsaber battles?
You're a kid like Star Wars.
This was also like a night morning, was just coming out there, watching a lot of that.
That comes out. And
They have had that come out today.
I know you're right, because it's like you
They don't roll the gimmick now. Like, it's the
I wonder if there's any like big movie coming out this week that they don't have.
I don't know. I don't know when it could be bigger.
I'm very excited about seeing that. What I realized is I love Star Wars so much. I go see every Star Wars movie that's come out. I guess from the prequels on before I was a kid. I always see all of them. And it's just on me. I was like, oh, shit, this is the first one. That's my son's kind of old enough. And so, yeah, so I was telling him, I'm like, and he's all excited. So, we'll be there Thursday night.
You wait in line and get dressed up?
No, I never did. Well, we waited in line because back in the day, you had to. They didn't sell seats, so you had to like get in line so you could sit together.
Which was kind of the fun part.
It is kind of fun. It's like it's a weird thing that there's something that we like about the things that we don't. Like no one wants to stand in line.
No,
there's something fun about
when you're there with a bunch of like-minded people,
it's just
everybody is excited to be there. And
you like Star Wars? You like the line to dress up?
I adopted Kayla's childhood VHS collection.
Oh, no.
And it was awesome. I mean, there was great stuff in there.
Yeah.
There was definitely some Star Wars, there was Batman Returns, there was like all the movies I love.
Yeah, that's cool.
We had a bunch of really good videos. Some Typo videos that were
The Billy Blanks.
We got, I'm trying to think of some of the good ones that I was like, boy, like Suburban Commando or something.
Oh,
Like,
fun.
this is awesome.
That's cool. Yeah, I love when you go to those things and you see all the people dressed up, yeah, it's like everybody kind of enjoy themselves. It's weird. It's all weird for sure, but it's like, you know, it's fun and silly. It's like I'm equally laughing at it. Like, laughing at myself. Yeah, it's like, but I love it. But I'm hopeful that I don't think that when I think it's going to when the prequels came out, do you remember like the toys when they got the toy drop? Oh, I bought all toys. I had every episode one figure that was available, and I sold them at a flea market for a lot of money over the course of 3 months. Oh, nice. You got out there for that. It was about 2011 when I was selling them. I didn't think they were getting them, but people were buying them, and they were all worth even less money. So they were just oversaturated. The reason the originals were worth so much and did so well is because nobody knew to keep them. Yeah. They didn't know to keep them in a package or to. Yeah, and they were just, and people were 90% of people for their kids. Yeah, like, there wasn't a massive amount of adults. I had two sets, one to open and one to keep in the spot. It was so much fun, and that sucks. That doesn't even anymore. When they would do those midnight drops of the toys, yeah. Go with those, yeah. I don't know, I mean, being out there waiting. Yeah, I mean, it's like get in there, people ripping open boxes. There'd be guys that would be caught like after they got their sets, smashing other sets for like making points, just to like have their be more valuable. That toy, I think a toy collecting that period of time was so wild. Yeah, the late 90s or like 97 on. Yeah. Got pretty crazy. Well, and like it started with the McFarlane thing. The movie Maniacs. Yeah. Yeah. And well, and even just when he just launched his first spawns, like when he got into the toy world. But then also, I guess similarly, that was when they relaunched the Star Wars, those big buff ones. Yeah. I remember those. You couldn't find them anywhere. Right after the trilogy came out on VHS. Yeah. The silver and the gold box. Yeah. We found them at like a weird, I don't know, like I don't want to say CVS, but it wasn't. Like they were out, you couldn't get them in the toy stores, and someone somewhere was like, go to this drugstore, and there's this big barrel and bin, and it was like finding treasure. That's awesome. Yeah. But I remember, do you ever see like how people would hide the figures in the stores? Like, so one day I was in there and I was just looking for toys, and there was this, nerd to the next level. And he was a guy that was really into it. And he's like, looking around, he's waiting for me to leave the aisle. So I could tell like something just seems off and weird. So I come back around and I hear a noise. I come back around. And what they would do is the bottom shelf, they lift it up, they pop it up, and like he had a bunch of shit under there. I've done that. I did, like once that I don't think I ever did it, but then I started checking for them. I occasionally find something. I've hidden toys to come back for them. Yes. I don't know if I ever. I thought maybe I hid one on like another aisle. How funny is that? Just that time you didn't have money. And so you had like a box. I got money and I don't want this to go. But yeah, that dude would show up. I got to know that guy. He was weird as shit. But yeah, he would go in there early when they would get them, but he didn't have the money, so then he would hide them. Come back and get them. So yeah, then they started hiding them on different aisles. Oh, come on! There we go. Fog. Oh, completely fog. See, you're not making me want to learn how to use the airbrush. Well, it sucks at times, but I mean, when you can kill a paint job that fast without having to do anything, this is just like, well, maybe it's making me feel better about the problems I have with my airbrush. Like, that's just a normal. Yeah, totally. And I don't take great care of this airbrush. We use it every Monday. I close it up and come back next Monday. I'm not. I have not pulled this apart and put it in an ultrasonic or cleaned it like a normal person would.
I've just been. I guess the question with the werewolf now is gray wolf or brown wolf. That's something I am giving a lot of thought to.
I say brown, but I don't know why.
Leaning towards gray because I love silver bullets. And they were brown in
In the movie.
the movie they were using for, so it would look more unrecognizable.
These are from Bikers versus Werewolves.
Yeah, Bikers versus Werewolves, which was a Mahal production that we did.
Is that movie out?
Not yet. When Michael Mahal passed, they kind of threw a wrench in a lot of getting the completions done with things.
Was that one of his last? Was that one of their last?
That
movies?
was the second to last. Yeah.
What was the last one?
It was called Alien Horde.
Oh yeah.
I did it. Alien Storm, which they're not related.
Oh, okay.
But Alien Horde was one that I did not do, and that was the last Mahal movie.
I remember when you were
Directed by
working
Jason
on this
Gordon.
one.
Yeah. I love Bikers vs. Werewolves. I thought that was a super fun movie.
So that one is still. Is it? Do you even know? Is it still in post, or they just?
It's almost done, I think. I've heard that my friend has seen a rock cut. He said it was good. I know that they were just working on sound design and visual effects and stuff. But one of those things, just like, how do you move forward when the captain of the ship is gone? You know, he really did quite a bit. But I think that I think it'll get finished, and I think it'll be people will love what they get.
I need to. I don't think I've actually seen any of the movies. I saw like their first movie. What was it like?
Party Bus?
No, the one even before that was like a comedy.
Oh, the one that Michael acted.
Yeah. Like
I've heard it's pretty rough.
School Days or something
Yeah.
like that.
Heard it's pretty rough.
Yeah.
I personally love Devil's Night. That's a movie that I worked on Tubi.
Uh-huh.
But it's a sword and sandal movie with Kevin Sorbo, and growing up loving stuff like Beastmaster and all that, like, and fucking Hercules is playing our lead warrior.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun, man, and we got to make. I made a Cyclops and these Bone Devils and a Minotaur. Like it was 80s gold. Like it
That's
felt
awesome.
like an 80s Corman flick or something, you know. And,
That was the thing, like as an outsider to what the Mahal were doing, and also just kind of the experience I had around, what indie filmmakers do. I was really surprised when all of a sudden, like, I saw them start crowdfunding. I'd seen what they had done. And it really, I never saw Party Goes to Hell, but I was like, it was crazy because I felt like they just kind of, the scope really stepped up what they were doing. The scope. But then even after Party Goes to Hell, and I haven't seen, I need to watch it, but I really want to. But just seeing, like, all the monsters, like, it wasn't just cheating and like a lot of things. It's like, oh, this is a zombie movie, and there's no zombies in the movie.
every movie that I worked on for them, we did 4 full-body creature suits. I'm lucky to get to do 1 full-body creature suit per movie I work on. But like Alien Storm, just having these giant half chud, half humanoid from the deep aliens just walking around, blowing eyes, huge dudes too. And I made these huge mechanical heads that are on top of them. It was like this is creature making. This is the monster guy thing. And but that's how I feel. Not to just throw it back straight to what we're doing with Shadow Valley, but I've been telling everybody that I send that script to. I say this is an incredibly effects-heavy movie. The effects are not represented in the script, but they will be on screen because I don't need somebody to lock me into what I'm expected to do. I will, yeah, and I said that. I've actually added that we had a conversation about that we never had, but I will. The star of Return to Shadow Valley is the makeup effects, is the zombies, is torsos being torn in half and guts sprawling across the sand, and limbs being removed, and bite marks chunking out with chunks of flesh like Steve would do. Like, this is an old school zombie movie, not digital bloodshots. We're doing something that we miss, you know, and rubber monster effects is what I miss the most in the zombie film.
Do you hate digital blood shots as much as I hate digital blood shots?
Is there somebody that can honestly tell you that they don't? Is there somebody that watches a movie and goes, "Oh, you see that digital bloodshot?"
Is there really like a fan base of digital blood? I wish there was. I don't look up Facebook.
I'll tell you what. I watched the first Mortal Kombat movie, not the '90s one, the 2011 or whatever it was, the newer Mortal Kombat, because I want to see the second one. I accidentally saw the trailer. I don't watch trailers ever, and I accidentally saw the Mortal Kombat trailer. I was like, it looks like Mortal Kombat 2. I'm a Sega Genesis guy.
Yeah.
I don't even like video games. I love Sega Genesis, and when I saw that, I was like, that looks like Mortal Kombat 2, the game.
Right.
So I wanted to show Cooper the first one, so he's ready to go see the second. He's played the game with me because I have my Genesis hooked up to an old Wii, and we play Mortal Kombat, you know, all the time. And so he knew Sub-Zero, he knew Scorpion, and that was cool. The spoiler alert: this movie came out over 10 years ago, I think, but the main character we don't know, but he's working his way to become Scorpion, and that was really cool. Uh, but talk about some digital bloodshot. And it was heavy, crazy gore, but digital. But then it just took me back to Mortal Kombat when they punched the head off and like the blood spurting. It made so much sense in that movie because it was the game. There's a part where there's the family. Have you seen this movie?
Yeah.
The family members are iced to the wall.
Yeah.
That's in the background of the game.
So cool, right?
And I was like, they did this right, man.
Yeah.
I love it. And when Jax came on the screen, I was like, what? He's got to have his metal arm. What's happening?
Yeah.
His arms ripped off and they're puny. I was like, oh, they're too puny. Yeah. And all of a sudden they're buffed, and I was like, there it is. They got me. I really enjoyed that movie. And I was able to forgive the digital blood on Mortal Kombat because we're talking about Mortal Kombat, the birth of digital blood.
Right.
And I remember how controversial all around it was. Like, I love Street Fighter 2, but Street Fighter 2 didn't have blood and gore.
No,
Street Fighter 2 didn't have parent groups like protesting at the Blockbuster or whatever. And I was just like, okay, I love Mortal Kombat.
Have you played any of the new Mortal Kombat?
No, because I hate video games. I don't play any. If it's not got a black paddle controller, I don't touch it. I'm a Sega Genesis guy. I traded a surfboard for a PlayStation so I could play Evil Dead the game when it came out. I was like, Evil Dead game, I gotta have this. Traded for a PlayStation. I never could get out of the cat. I just wanted my surfboard back so bad. I was like, the dumbest thing I ever did, trade this.
That's how I remember all those old Nintendo games. Like when the Friday 13th. I remember being so excited.
It's like they give those horror licenses to the guys that don't know how to build games.
Or give a shit.
Yeah.
I just remember buying them.
Everybody loves the Friday the 13th Nintendo Jason with the teal mask.
Yeah.
I'm like, but does anybody remember how fucking disappointing that game was?
Yeah.
Why do we watch this?
Like that game?
Nobody liked that game. I don't understand. That's going to be not Sparky's hand.
Yeah, I'm excited. Have you seen? I keep forgetting to ask you if it was right in the new.
Will not watch it. I do, of course I do. I love He-Man more than anybody.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
More than anybody on the planet, but I don't know a cast member that's in it, so don't spoil it. I haven't seen an image. I haven't seen anything. And I refuse to watch anything till the day I'm sitting in the theater. And every time I go to the theater, I usually try to back out of the trailers because I don't want to get spoilers. But I hate spoilers, man. When I'm sitting down to relax and watch a movie, I don't want to see what I already know.
Yeah.
And it sucks for me. I hate it. And it all started with Meet the Parents. Meet the Parents was the first trailer. I worked in the movie theater, Edward Cinemas. And on Meet the Parents, they gave every single joke in the movie is in the trailer. So I was so excited to watch that movie because it looked funny as hell. But I had seen that trailer 150 times. Right. And when I sat down and watched the movie, I was like, I have nipples, Greg. Can you build me? Like, I already know it. I already laughed, guys. I don't need it.
Right. It's like somebody telling you the same joke over and over again.
I pride myself in when I went to see The Dark Knight, I didn't know Two-Face was in the movie. When he came out, I was like, whoa, Two-Face! And everybody's like, he's on the poster. Like, I didn't even know. Because I refuse to watch trailers. And Ninja Turtles 2 Out of the Shadows, Bebop and Rocksteady. What? I was like, that's how excited I get about that's awesome, man. So
Tap a little.
I hate fucking trailers. But here's the opposite part of that. I'm talking about mega movies that I'm gonna pay and go sit down and watch.
Yeah.
I love giving away the goods in a trailer. I love watching low budget independent film trailers. Anything that Sean C. Phillips puts out, I love watching his trailers. I love seeing familiar faces. I love seeing crazy effects and goofiness. I love independent trailers. I watch just old 80s trailers all day long.
Yeah.
I just hate a modern blockbuster trailer.
Audio is only working at about 40. But we finally got we're up to 40%. Thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna back out of this because that's what last time I reset it. Oh, man.
That's so annoying.
It's fucking brutal. But what is cool, and actually it's a good test today.
He rated on it or something.
All right, we're back. Let me know if the sound got any better. If not,
Okay. We'll let you know.
um,
I don't. This is what I look like when I'm coming out of my casket. I am holding my hands like this.
is that what that I saw? Like the coffin in out there. Is that what it's going to be? Is he coming out?
No, he's that happens from some doing. He's looming above a casket actually, and which might be the one. I don't know which one you saw. There's multiple coffins outside.
Yeah, they actually look kind of small. I think.
Oh, the toe pincher. Yeah, no, that's not for him. That was an emergency, maybe, but then I cut. I had a full casket, beautiful, beautiful casket, and I had to cut a foot out of it and shrink it because it was too big for the room. So that was a surgery that I didn't know you could do. I mean, of course you can. It's wood, but
it seems like it seems tougher than it is.
I mean, there's a lot of moving parts on that casket that people don't realize. The handles and the, once you cut the casket, because it's built like old time. Most caskets are pressed. Wood is all fitting together, and when you take a cut to that board, everything falls apart. It's like Jenga.
Oh,
So, not really glued together. It's like pressure together.
I get it.
So when I cut it, I had to like work a system so it didn't just collapse.
What'd you cut it with?
Circular
Just like a
saw.
circular saw.
Yeah, and It's on my
all fixed. They said. Thank you.
Woohoo!
All
You got it
now
snapped.
when that happens, I just gotta reset it. But that proves to you this not me. It's here.
I never thought it was you, Mike.
I'm just very insecure.
I never believed that it was you.
So back to the thing about the He-Man movie, though.
Just don't you dare spoil
I
anything. I don't want to know about the
other than
swords.
I'm excited.
I don't want to know about weapons, vehicles.
No word.
I don't know who's in it. Here's the thing. I love Dolph Lundgren He-Man movie. Like,
Fun.
I love it. I don't.
Yeah.
It's not a ironic love. I was freaking 6 years old when I saw that movie, and I knew the cartoon was fake. Like, of course, it's a cartoon. It's not real. But I thought that was real. I saw it at the Santa Maria Drive-In, and I watched He-Man on the biggest screen of screens, and I was like, "That's the real He-Man." The cartoon's based on it, but this is real He-Man. And I know a lot of people talk trash about that movie. They can all fuck off. I love that movie.
Those movies are like, I don't know. It's like, I mean, they are the. I don't know how you can explain the genre of what they are because they span genres too.
Yeah,
but it's like
it's action sci-fi. It's sword and sandal, but it's also RoboCop. I mean, it's everything.
Yeah.
Like that. The guy that plays Strickland in Back to the Future that's run around in He-Man, the bald guy.
Yeah.
Brings a RoboCop 80s feel to that movie.
Yeah.
And Tila's a badass. Like, I know everybody's like, that's not Tila. She's not wearing a bikini. I'm like, no, but that's like Linda Hamilton mixed with Tila. Like, oh, God, I love that movie. I think it's so much freaking worst movies of the 80s. These are movies you wish you could unsee. And I'm just like, what 6-year-old wants to unsee He-Man?
Well, that's the thing that's like crazy is those movies. I don't think there was any kids disappointed.
No.
Same thing like Garbage Pail Kids, the movie. It's considered to be one of the worst movies ever. Me and my friend had the best time ever.
Dude, I was so in love with Tangerine in Garbage Pail Kids, the movie, at that age that I didn't know what being in love with a girl was.
Right.
I mean, there's a couple real early ones for me, and Tangerine was one of them. I love Garbage Pail Kids, the movie, so much. And John Buechler's my favorite effects artist of all time. And it probably starts with Garbage Pail Kids, the movie, because he has such a clear, unique style. I mean, this is the guy that did Friday the 13th Part 7, the best looking Jason of all time. He's done Ghoulies, all the Ghoulies.
Yeah.
I mean, the Garbage Pail Kids were full animatronic little people actors.
So cool.
It was amazing. And I just loved him. I love Greaser Greg.
I know. I mean, and the thing is that it's like, it's how do you make a Garbage Pail Kids movie?
Halo, this everybody's going back to Harbor Freight today.
Hopefully they're not watching this video when he said he doesn't take care of it.
It don't matter. I paid for the warranty. They got to take it back. This is
This live stream is going to be the thing that gets you screwed. You have to find a new. The one person one day is like, wait a minute.
Now it's funny. For a second.
When you go see He-Man, will you see it with the family?
Oh, great. Yeah, 100%.
We should try and if it's time like that, we should try to go together.
Yeah.
With my son.
Where's your favorite place to see movies?
Town Square is probably the one that we go to most often. That's probably it, I guess. But I think it's more of just the. It's not that I necessarily love that theater. It's just going with the families is a nice place. You go grab dinner. You can. I don't like. Maybe it's because I'm like 18 years into casinos. I hate fucking.
We go to.
But I like the cell phone.
We go to the Cinedome on Boulder Highway. Is my favorite.
Oh, nice.
It's just so 90s and old school. It just feels old. It's where Wally grew up going there. And they got this dome one that, it's cool. It feels.
Oh, I don't even know if I knew that.
Very retro. It's cheap. $12 movies. Not second runs. It's the cheapest place to see a movie. And if anybody knows me, they know I'm cheap. But no, we love the Cinedome. We go there.
The Cinedome, the original Cinedome on, was it Decatur? I think it was Decatur.
Okay.
That was what there. When I was a kid, there was 2 theaters, and it was, well, there was more, but the 2 main ones, were Cinedome and Red Rock. Are you familiar? On Charleston. Oh man, I want to say it was both like the Red Rock theaters, but they were awesome, dude. They were both like the coolest, and they had that old, fun, nostalgic feeling about them that just doesn't exist at least anymore. But the Cinedome was my favorite. I love that theater.
So it's probably similar to the one on Boulder Highway.
Yeah, it's where we saw Garbage Truck Kids.
That's the same thing. Like Waleed will be like, "This is where he watched every movie from there. And now he can walk there from his house."
That's cool.
This is the theater at Sunset Station in school.
Who said that?
It is too, yeah.
Oh, that theater is cool.
I like that too.
That's right in the
We've gone there a couple times.
Someone crazy goat 05 said, "So why didn't anyone tell me Tom Devlin helped create Evil Bong?"
Evil Bong 3 specifically, Evil Bong 666, and Evil Bong 777 is shot at Tom Devlin's Monster Museum. Like we're the end location for the movie.
That's awesome.
And most people probably didn't tell you because those movies suck. No, but I love Evil Bong 3. I'll always love Evil Bong 3. We got a really fun time working with Erwin Keyes on that movie. A lot of people know him as Mongo from House of Diamond Corpses. He was also in Flintstones the movie, and he was in The Warriors.
The movie?
He's the big water buffalo guy. You would know Erwin Keyes if you saw him. He's a character actor forever. He's the cop in The Warriors.
Okay.
Big caveman looking dude. But Erwin and I had known each other prior. We were on a show together called The Scream Show or The Bloodstream, something like that. I can't remember. But and I told him how much I love House of Thousand Corpses. He's Mongo, the guy in the big fiberglass.
Oh yeah,
mask.
okay.
And he's just so kind and nice. He's one of those gentle giant guys, like
Yeah.
all the Andre the Giant, all those guys. Like he's a legitimate like giant.
Yeah.
He's passed away now, but on Evil Bong 3, he showed up on set, and we just hit, like, we already knew each other. We were kind of each other's, like, we know each other. So we could pal around and not feel like outcasts. But the funny thing about my love for Erwin Keyes was born in a full moon movie called Oblivion that Charlie Band had made in Romania. And when I was on the Bloodstream with Erwin, he was telling me how on Oblivion, they did Oblivion 1 and 2 back to back. And the reason why is because they got stuck in Romania and they couldn't come back to America. Like they were there on a tourist visa, they got caught for working, like some weird shit happened. I can't repeat the story because I'll do it inaccurately, and all my Full Moon fans will say that I'm saying the right thing because they all know. Full Moon fans know everything. Yeah. But Erwin got stuck in. A lot of them did. Andrew Divoff, Erwin Keyes, like a lot of character actors were stuck in Romania. And he said it was miserable. And I asked him, I said, would you ever work with Charlie again? And he's like, well, I mean, if it came up, I think he's a great guy or whatever. And then I end up on Evil Bong 3 with Erwin, and I was just like, this is rad. And I did this one effect on him that was so gross. Like the weed kind of like infects people. So I put Prozac glue on his tongue, and I put this like fiber flocking on his lips and on his tongue, and he's like, and it looks so gross, like if Mossman from He-Man was on your tongue.
All right.
And I always thought about that. I was like, that was freaking gross. Like that's like some creep show. What's happened to Jordy? I love that. So yeah. Evil Bong 3 has a special place in my heart. It's my first time I worked with Charlie Band.
Was it?
I had worked on Full Moon. I worked on Killjoy 3 first. But it was the first time that Charlie directed a movie that I worked on. And he was real happy with what we did. We made an animatronic alien bomb that was... it had like 6 servos in it. Its eyes lit up. It did all kinds of fun things.
That's awesome.
Unfortunately, in the editing... I did so much to make this bong be able to say A-E-I-O-U, which is important in animatronics. Like this This is a jabberjaw. Okay, so this is just gonna. He's not speaking. He's just moving. This alien bong could talk like a Ninja Turtle. Like, I mean, it had full lip movement of A-E-I-O-U. And in editing, they didn't line it up to any of the words.
Oh no!
So it looks like an old Japanese kung fu movie, and it's such a bummer because I worked really hard to be able to puppeteer that thing with radio control. I mean, it was
when you're
awesome.
doing that. How are you matching it to the sound? Like you hear them and you have like a. How does that work?
So it depends on who's doing the voice. Okay. If I get the chance to do the voice, like even in they can replace it with somebody else. Yeah. I can match it perfect because I'm talking I puppet my thumbs like I'm talking.
So you're delivering the lines and using them.
If I can do that. Yeah. But normally on a full moon set, it's the AD Brooks will read the lines. So I will get in sync with his pattern, almost like lip singing. And I just, and if you can see when I talk and I'm puppeteering, I can move my thumbs with words. And when I stop talking, my thumbs stop.
Do you ever kind of mouth the words?
Always. I'm like, that's me. I'm like, I'm dancing with it. I do all that. Chris, on the other hand, on Ouija's was the best, man. On Ouija's, I'm acting. I'll have my hand in a puppet, and I'm like, oh, here we go. Yeah. And then Chris puts the puppet on. He put Motor Breath on, our most crazy puppet. It's based on Lemmy and Axl Rose and Alice Cooper. Like, this is and he's high energy. This thing's headbanging and playing the guitar and headbanging and talking. And this is Chris. He doesn't move. He's a stoic. It looks like a still photo, and the puppet's like. And then meanwhile, I'm in like another one, like. We just have different styles.
I love it. That's awesome.
But I love puppeteering, and I think that it is one of those things that if I could do it more, I would.
Crazy Goto 5 says, I might need you to follow me back to make my friends jealous.
Okay. On what? What platform? Let's do that. I love making people jealous.
Do you still have the Evil Bong prop?
I do not. Charlie Band has the Alien Bong. And EB, the original fiberglass bong that Jeff Farley made. I did not make EB. I have repaired EB 100,000 times. We've all shared in EB. Between Jeff Farley and myself, we've kept her alive in all the movies. It's only been me or Jeff Farley working on the Evil Bong movies. One time in the parking lot of this building, EB got smashed. We had to fix it.
How that just dropped or something?
Yeah, that was a guy named Jeff Chang and a girl named Miranda Dudley, and they were having some kind of.
You guys are tuning the first time. Tom will name names.
Yeah, no problem. But they were doing some silly shenanigan. Oh, it wasn't Miranda. It was that girl, Caitlin. I can't remember. Caitlin. Couldn't tell you. Anyway,
I wasn't here yet.
The reason this is so notorious is one of them came and told on the other. And like we were in grade school.
Right.
I just looked over, I was like, fix it. I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you want me to do? But what where the story's going here is the alien bong that I made, the animatronic I'm so proud of. Charlie Band has the original, and then there was a stunt one, and a guy named Kevin Herman, who's a very close friend of mine who collects full moon props, purchased that one thing.
Oh, cool.
He has purchased a lot of the full moon props that I've made, and some of them I wish I never gave up.
When you were giving some of those up, was that before the Monster Museum?
No, most of it was during the Monster Museum, and usually in times of weakness, when the Monster Museum was having a difficult.
A few bucks. Yeah.
Gotta get the rent paid.
Open it.
And I like changing things up in the museum, but I also like knowing that I can go back to it. And a lot of them I have the molds to and stuff, but I don't have the molds to the Evil Bong. That happened. I made that movie when I lived in LA, and then I moved to Florida, and then I moved here to Vegas, so it's just been lost in the mix.
But now 3D printing, could you go get a capture of it?
I have a maquette sculpture of that, and I could scan that and print out a new alien bomb very easily. That's actually a brilliant idea, Mike, and what you might have just said might change the look of the Monster Museum next year.
I've seen on like Facebook or somewhere, like as I'm scrolling through, maybe I think it's Facebook, some of the effects people kind of really getting into the using the 3D printing to make the mat, make the molds. And
yeah, well, that's what we're gonna do with your character. As soon as we can find another 10 minutes in the day,
right.
you sculpted that character that we're gonna 3D print the mold and run a silicone piece, and it's brilliant because like the cost of material and the cost of time, you're getting the same result, maybe better. Actually, probably better. No, it's 3D printing has changed the game for me this year. This year, I understand where the future sits for 1313 Effects and the Monster Museum, and it all evolves around my Elegoo Saturn resin printer. We're doing so much cool stuff with the resin printer that we have the ability to do with practical effects, but making the molds is not my fun spot. I've been a mold maker for over 25 years and I hate making molds. That's the part of my job I hate. Like I dread it. I won't do it. But to be able to just pour this werewolf up in a mold that already exists and paint it and do that, that's what I love doing.
Yeah.
And if I can make those molds with a 3D printer, it's awesome. And if I could just print, you should see, we just printed Christopher Lee's Frankenstein. And I just have to paint it. Like, it's based on an original. It's not an STL file we found. You know what I mean? This isn't someone else's work. We're making our own work, printing physical items, painting them. I mean, just like that, I painted that De Niro Frankenstein that I sculpted here on the show. I didn't have to make the mold. I didn't have to run the material. It just did it for me.
You have to do the part you love, and that was it.
Yeah. And sometimes there's repairs to do, but there's repairs to do when we run it ourselves. Sure. I steamed these all day yesterday, so I see the future.
Also, I feel like maybe could there be, in doing it this way with a certain type of a character, like would there be parts that you sculpt, and let's say it was like real thin kind of tentacles or something sort of that's kind of complicated, to where then you could like sculpt a base and then add on something in the 3D sculpt that would be useful for its time saving and things like that.
Oh yeah. Well, the thing is I hate sculpting symmetry and mechanics and stuff. Like, we're making a endoskeleton. Yeah. I am never going to sculpt the machinery of an endoskeleton.
Right.
So to be able to do some of that digitally, and that is a really cool tool, Yeah. And there's a lot of really cool benefits of it all.
And even some of it too is just like if you wanted, I don't know how often that happens, but like once you've sculpted something and you make the mask of it or whatever it is, you're stuck with what you did.
Yep.
But like if you're like, oh shit, I wish I would have, whatever. I wish his ear was a little bit bigger. Anything. And I don't know how often that might happen, but like can easily go back and just do that now.
I resculpted that Freddy Krueger head in the Monster Museum 4 times.
Did you? Just because like proportions or things.
Robert Englund is a tough one because Freddy looks like Robert Englund.
Yeah.
And if you nail Kevin Yeager's sculpt, but not Robert Englund's under shape, it's tough. The answer, and actually this is what Trick or Treat Studios is doing with their Halloween masks, is they 3D print a Robert Englund bust 10% larger.
Yeah.
And then they sculpt the Freddy makeup on it, and then they when you make a latex mask, it shrinks 10%. It looks just like Freddy. So that's where the future is opening doors for what we're doing. And eventually you're going to be able to 3D print. I mean, they've talked about it for a long time, but it hasn't happened yet that I've seen. But you'll be able to 3D print silicone, like just 3D print the prosthetic right on the. But and there's going to be lazy people that sculpt digitally and don't put the effort in, and there's going to be good and bad, but there's good and bad with every.
And it's all just an art form.
Yeah.
It's like it's not. I think that art is art, no matter how you create it, and as long as you're having fun being creative with it. I don't think like there's art forms I'll never touch, but I don't think that means that they suck or that people doing them suck or. There's a thing that with artists, not all, but with a lot of them, that like they make this. There's this idea that like art is so fragile.
Yeah.
Like if someone starts stops doing a certain type of medium, it's on like it's just going to disappear and art's going to die and the world's going to end. It's like there's just always new kinds of art, fun art, and I don't know. I just think it's fun. Like people creating shit is just cool.
I agree.
How they create too.
I agree. So I think that we will definitely survive the AI apocalypse.
Yeah. For sure.
I think we will
It's
thrive.
an interesting thing, man. I don't know if you that much, but I keep seeing new clips and watching new things. Is like, not to get too deep this, but the AI stuff is like they're spending so much money, and there was already a pretty big AI platform, maybe not platform, but an app that just shut down because it's not like so. In the next couple of years, it's going to be interesting to see. As it evolves, there's a lot of big promises that I don't know that are ever going to come to fruition.
Right.
And that's kind of the, I think what has so many people scared. People are like, holy shit, like, the AI is going to just take over and there's not going to be a use for humans anymore. And I don't know how much of the potential that they keep selling is actually a real potential.
What if it's all just AI tricking us so we put our guard down?
It might be.
And then it's fucking Terminator.
Yeah, it's also very good. Like I said over and over again, if it was up to me, I don't think you should have ever made AI. But
No.
now that it's here,
Now that it's here, let's use it.
and be nice to it. Stop fucking with it. Stop saying you hate it.
So I decided to go brown and gray.
I like it.
Yeah,
It's looking good.
little bit of both.
So,
way.
will you have hair on this one? Does
Yes.
it have?
Yeah, I love hair. Fur.
That's cool.
And that's why I'm not taking that paint job past this point.
Okay.
It'll have hair that will start.
Steve says a few.
I think he bought them for himself.
What are those for?
For the drill, because we're constantly dropping screws.
Man, I keep seeing those magnetic things. TikTok, I don't know if you're on TikTok, but goddamn it,
No.
every other video is selling you something, and I fall for it constantly. It's like you're watching something, and then all of a sudden I'm like, this is not content. It's a fucking ad, and then I'm hitting buy. But one of the things they were going after a lot was those magnetic drill bits.
I mean,
and I'm like,
they've been around for 100 years. 100 years.
Well, absolutely.
But I just don't understand why they're not all magnetic. Because, like, I'll go buy a pack without thinking about it, and then they're not magnetic. And I'm like, damn it, now we're stuck with these stupid tips that are always dropping screws, and we're trying to screw stuff over our head constantly, and whatever.
Yeah, when I think back, I think of maybe every time I used a drill, I could use the magnetic.
Yeah.
There's like a couple of times where you can actually kind of get it going, but there's always, in anything you're doing, there's that one angle where you can't hold the screw. Or
I have
I need to get those.
drill Tourette's. I'm like, and then Steve's behind me going, we're all
everybody's cussing like lunatics.
It's like, just get the magnetic tips.
Hi from the UK. Keep doing what you're doing so well.
Oh, thanks. Thank you from the UK. What do you think that I'm doing so well? I do a lot of things. So it could be the Monster Museum. It could be making movies. I'm sure it's not playing in my band, but it could be that. It could be
riding motocross.
Could be
your daily vlogs.
It could be
you do a lot, man. You
do a lot. Which one's good? I gotta know which one to focus. I finished my book. I've been talking about this book. I listened to an AI generated audible version of my book yesterday to hear what it would sound like. Yeah. It took 4 hours to get through the whole thing. Okay. And it was awesome.
That's awesome.
200 pages. Okay. But there will be more because I'm going to add pictures. But the book I think I'm more proud of the book than anything I've ever done. And it's so fun. Cool. I listened to it the whole day I worked here, and then I went home and just sat on the couch and finished it. And I was like, I know it's me and my story, but like, it was entertaining from all angles. I was like, this is pretty good. My friend Jamie helped me edit this book because I'm a writer. I wrote it. I did write it. I constantly say, I'm not a writer. Well, I am. I wrote a freaking book. I've written scripts. They're not always finished, and I lean on someone to help me. And Jamie helped me edit it. But she would not. She did make a couple changes, but she had such a hard time changing anything without me on the phone speaking it.
Right.
Because she's like, I don't want to lose your voice. This is, because
Yeah,
I
'cause it's
talk
like a
text.
memoir, right?
I
Like
talk
sort of-
text most of the book.
Right.
Yeah, it's a memoir, and she's like, I don't want to. If I start writing it, it'll shift. I want to lose your voice. And then she's like, well, I think we should change this. I think we should change that. And I was like, do it. I'm not attached. I want it to be good for other people.
Yeah.
Kind of like editing a movie. I don't know. Like sometimes I stick on something on my movies that I think is so important and so funny or so inside jokey that we probably would have benefited to lose that for the general audience. But I'm like, it's my movie. It doesn't matter. I like it. And then the book, I was very specific about like, this book's not for me and it's not really for my fans. It's for somebody who's interested in riding the Trans-American Trail and somebody who wants to hear the trials and tribulations of doing so. So I want the general reader, if she thinks it needs to sound different, it needs to sound different. Like I want the general reader to have.
It needs to just flow, right? I mean, that's the challenge. And
Flow is the key word, and flow is a theme in the book.
Right.
Like, I'm real excited though. I never, in my wildest dreams, you couldn't have told me in 7th or 8th grade. You can tell me I'd make a movie, and I'd believe you. I was obsessed with camcorders, and I would have believed that. As a kid that grew up in special ed classes that has the reading ability of an 8-year-old, I never would have believed that I would finish a legitimate book that's not fake. It's like,
right.
And that's so cool. I'm very proud of it. So,
it should be. It's awesome.
For all these people that don't care about stuff that's not monsters, the book's not monsters, but I'd love for you guys to all read it when it comes out. And hopefully, we don't know how to. That's the next task. Is
yeah. Are you going to try to pitch it?
We're going to self-distribute.
Oh, yeah?
Just Amazon and Audibles, because that's where I listen to books is Amazon and Audibles. And I went back and I looked at all of the motorcycle adventure books that I've read, and out of the last